hitboxes on your own. I agree with you completely that I do think on top of that shield game, I do in the drag down game, I think that who can find more edge guards is going to be a huge part of the set.
Yeah, without a doubt. So right now, we're jumping into game number 1 here, and already Anarchy opens up with that neutral into the dash attack. Wasn't able to convert it into the up smash, but you know what? It sometimes happens. And just still continuing to push on this damage, and that's what I'm talking about with those edge guards. Backer has a really good amount of initial knockback. It doesn't scale an insane amount, but especially when you're that close to the side blast zones on Town and City, you can clean up those stocks like nobody's business.
And Dara, the way Anarchy's using these platforms, right? I tried to find the landing there on the moving plat, but just misspacing it slightly, still able to find the edge guard and only taking 11%. We're 40 seconds in, 2 stocks gone. This is a slaughterhouse right now.
Oh my gosh, Anarchy relax, looking for maybe potentially a funny little double track down. Set up the offstage, already 72%. Everything that Anarchy is doing is connecting, and Queso is bleeding cheese from the pointers at this point in time. Anarchy looking for that jump call out, has the right idea here, looks for another up tilt as well, walking back, pressuring forwarders. Okay, you know what? Anarchy's just winning this game.
Yeah, Anarchy's just looking for whatever they want. They tried to call it short hop with forward air. Like, they're going for the craziest reads and conversions. And so far, Queso just hasn't been able to keep up, not just with the speed at which Greninja moves, but the speed at which Anarchy is playing.
Yeah, this is high APM, highly aggressive, and Queso finally able to get Anarchy off of him for just a little tiny bit, but the question is that a little bit too late? Looking for any way to be able to close here, falling out of that second hit of the up tilt, and that's a forwarder, and that's going to be the stock. Anarchy with a 3 stock in a minute and a half.
That was absolutely disgusting, Dara. Especially at the end, just calling out, well, the parry attempt with a slight delay on the forward air. Yeah. It was just like, Anarchy just knew everything Queso wanted to do. We saw some of those up tilts try and come out. We saw some of them early, but the usage of platform from Anarchy to really negate the advantage of up tilt as an anti-air from Falco was gorgeous, as well as just constantly drifting in and across at the very top of that move's range, so that if he went for it, even if he got hit, he was consistently falling out of that reverse up tilt hitbox.
Yeah. Also, we really have to keep in mind that Anarchy is fairly proficient at this matchup. Used to play for Fisher, if I'm not mistaken. They have a fantastic Falco as well, I believe. Nexus, question mark?
Yes.
So
Nexus
very practiced in this matchup. Really good at exactly what he does here. So going into game number 2, you have to be really wary of the way that Greninja approaches you. This is somebody that can dominate the pace of the match. You need to think about calling out these jumps and look at exactly what Queso just did. Call out that jump with a preemptive neutral. Make Anarchy less comfortable in jumping in. That's how you do this. That's how you relieve the pressure off of you.
And honestly, like, Battlefield, we're seeing Falco go to Battlefield, which you would expect in a lot of, right? This is this character's best stage, unless Yoshi's is legal for somewhere for some reason. But we're not seeing it for the traditional reasons, right? We're seeing it because these platforms are so good at disrupting that jump in, those aerial approaches and the movement that Anarchy was finding a huge advantage of off on Town, and in giving Queso the ability to artificially slow down Anarchy's play just a little bit and give himself more opportunities to win.
Yeah, low side platforms are really important to stopping jumping. It's the best way to get approaches so you can mitigate it a little bit. And the reverse platforms on Town and City aren't necessarily as conducive to that as one would like. But right now, looking for that up smash, not going to be able to find it. An up tilt. Alright, that's going to be a back here as well. Right now, this is very close, but Queso cannot seem to land this kill confirm.
Yeah, Queso has trying for the traditional, the untraditional, and everything in between, but it's not able to find its mark. The way these two players are weaving, but especially just the way Anarchy is, it feels like it's constantly full sending these drift ins, and is just somehow still fading back, avoiding, just weaving around Falco's hitboxes perfectly. There's just nowhere Queso can do to actually find that final hit.
Yeah, but that's the Anarchy being the first one to close out here with a beautiful little forward. And here's the thing, that we're slowly approaching the Falco zone, but he struggles to get any kill confirms, and he has to just land a raw hit at neutral. But you know what? That down air is so active. Beautiful angle there, able to get that stage spike and get that stock off. Now with 1 stock apiece here, or 2 stocks apiece, and now Anarchy is looking for some of these up airs.
And the second down air, right? Queso getting caught being a little over aggressive. I feel like we're consistently seeing Queso take one too many swings on a read against a player that he hasn't been able to pin down consistently enough to find those reads.
It's a little mashy. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of swinging happening from Queso, and as a result, sort of locking himself into a rhythm. That Anarchy has been really successfully punishing thus far. Like, look at that, just waiting, saying jump and whiff in my face, see what happens. You're gonna eat a dash attack. That was almost the up and slightly mispaces it. Queso with the reversal.
And the uncharged water shuriken, in not just to be reversed, but also to just air stall, was gorgeous from Anarchy. Allowed him to hold the positioning, continue that pressure, and eventually find the back air to close out the stock. Now picking up right back where he left off, Dara. And it's another early edge guard. This is just absolutely disgusting right now.
Yeah, that was the vibe check. It's like, what do you want to do? You want to keep on drifting? You don't want to double jump kill? Well, you know what? Queso gets fun of that situation. Well, that being said, though, what? Off the top?
Yeah, substitution.
At 73?
Yeah, substitution is crazy in just how far it sends you. The amount you move with Greninja allows you to, even at lower percents, right? If you're close to the blaster, you just get to pull them up, down, whatever direction you want. And honestly, another form of substitution too, saying, hey, you thought this was your best stage. Actually, I'm gonna play that Uno reverse card on you right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I have a thought. I have a little feeling, an emotion that I would like to express. And it is that Queso, if you get countered like that, if somebody is that confident that you're going to press a button on the way back down, that is another call out that you're swinging a lot. I think Queso is swinging a lot. I think Queso is swinging a lot of neutral as well. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing. You just have to decrease it by, 10, 15% more so that Anarchy feels unsure of what you're going to swing. The fact that Anarchy is this confident means that Anarchy knows how to get space against you. You have to mix it up.
We're also seeing a good number of relatively high commitment options from Queso's Falco. One of the Falco's really underutilized tools in neutral is that F tilt, right? You can angle it up, you can angle it down, and if you aren't confident on your up tilt, on some of your more explosive options, just using an F tilt to reset, control the pace of play with laser is super strong, right? It's something that we see both Larry Lurr and Tilde do consistently, and with a Queso just not able to find any way to slow down Anarchy, once again, he just finds a quick stall.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right now, Queso looking for that jump call out, looks for that fade back neutrally to maybe catch in some sort of a roll, and he does not fall for it quite yet, though Shuriken to be able to cover the landing, neutrally fade back in place, nice and safe. Queso has been getting pressured so much, and here's the thing. Queso keeps on going for up air, and Anarchy is consistently air dodging past it. I want to see the lead. I want to see the delayed falling back air. That is something that players like Tilde are so good at connecting because they know when to mix things up. They know exactly the situation that somebody can air dodge in, bait it out, and punish it for the entire stock. But look at this advantage.
And trying to find the drag down up air too, Anarchy's cooking. Queso, I will say, right, mixing the fastball timings on these drag down neutralers, these drag down forwarders, because I found actually a lot of mileage on Anarchy shield. This is what we were talking about before the set, but just hasn't been able to catch these tech situations, catch these awkward scrambles away from Greninja at all. We've seen the additional swing a lot and not really any laser just to keep Anarchy being uncomfortable on the ground.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. But right now, Queso definitely picking up some of the heat here. Alright, just stopping the advantage take short though. Anarchy interrupting it with that grab, able to get that back here, and able to get that stock off as well. Only 55% onto the board here, and Anarchy is not slowing down anytime soon.
No, he is not. It's just been absolutely brutal. That up air gonna do it though.
No.
Anarchy got caught there trying to DII mix up and just out-iffed Queso away, utilizing Greninja's fantastic air mobility. But
you gotta hold in. You gotta hold in on that so that you avoid the laser hit and you do not get up aired. So that's a little bit tragic, but you know what? You still have a gentle lead nonetheless. And all that Anarchy is doing is popping out a lot of non-committal moves and waiting for Queso to win.
Yeah, speaking of whiffing, that time it's gonna be Queso. Anarchy able to find that dash attack cross up and just reset once again. Queso trying to find a way in. This is a last stock situation, Dara. Queso's improvements have been slow, but they have been steady and is finally been able to just keep out Anarchy just a tad, right? Leaning a lot more on some of the laser, finding these grabs repeatedly, and able to find the punishes on parry. It's just been really nice adjustment in this game 3.
Yeah, the big issue that we're just seeing like a lot of one-off hits. We're not seeing any extended Falco combos that he's like dealing with for this one. We're seeing one pieces. We're seeing a 2-piece that time around, guys. So definitely an improvement. But Anarchy is the one that is still kind of slightly coming out in the damage output. But that is a huge downer. The double downer into the up tilt, and that is going to be the start of Anarchy. Not taking any of those downers. My goodness.
And that was, Dara, you had to say we hadn't seen a Falco combo. You just had to say it because, wow, that
I
was...
willed it into existence. Without a doubt.
That was, like, we saw a lot of crazy Anarchy combos, but I'm gonna be honest, that Queso combo, I mean, that was saucy. That might have been the cleanest thing we've seen so far this set.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. You know what? That's why Falco is Falco, because when you do lose neutral, things like that just kind of happen. And guess what? If Anarchy did tech one of those downers, Falco's downer is just that active of a button that the second one is still capable of tech chasing. You can auto-cancel it after the whiff and then pop out another up tilt. That is the Falco's zone, the blender that which you get put into. So there was a lot of opportunities for Queso in that situation, made the most out of it, had a beautiful combo with phenomenal damage output, and was able to take out that stock too. Queso made a comeback. Wow.
And just the gorgeous spacing consistently that game from Queso on the down airs on shield. We saw Anarchy parrying them, but because as Queso was drifting back slightly on that corner shield, the parry allowed him to reset, and it was just, and find the conversion afterwards, punish the parry, just beautiful stuff.
Sometimes in the heat of the game, getting hit by Falco's down and on shield feels like you're getting hit with like a sledgehammer. You are stuck in shield stun. That early, strong hit of the down, oh my god. It is, it just really kind of messes with your flow sometimes. I don't know if that's like a really abstract concept, but nonetheless, game number 4 here, Anarchy right now, building up a very gentle lead again, but as always, the Falco cliche, it just takes that one combo stun.
Same thing for Greninja though, and we're seeing it, right? It's that one starter into the true string, and then just utilizing the movement speed, that high jump for both these characters, but Greninja being faster on the ground allows him to make much better use of it in this matchup and just keep the pressure going. Queso though trying to find the juggle, but the high PS2 plot gonna allow Anarchy to get out of dodge for a moment, but he's still scrambling, trying to reset. And I don't know what's changed in Queso, but this is a different player than we've seen in the first 2 games.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Alright. That's that dash attack hit, looking for a way to be able to scout out that landing. Not able to connect the F-tilt, but still huge forward edge guard attempt. Not quite. Queso actually going to be putting himself into disadvantage, and Anarchy is taking full advantage of that extra tempo that was granted. Forward to get that roll, and all of that was because Queso overcommitted. I would like to see some more non-committal edge guards, some double jump downings to at least get up and above the stage, so that you can continue to ledge trap, so that you can continue to corner possession, and not have a situation happen the way that it did.
And the tech chase reset online too, Dara. That is just beautiful stuff from Anarchy, knowing exactly where Queso wants to go. Finally finding the way away from the up air throw follow-up, but still not avoiding the laser. Anarchy still got some work to do on that throw DI. Dara, these illusion and non-2 framables from Queso, though, have really allowed him to find so many other opportunities when he does recover low.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right now, it's just spacing out some of these forward nice and safe here. Queso slowing down the pace of the game. Dash, shield, and forwarding. Queso is swinging less and playing somewhere out of shield. This is exactly what I want to see. We're seeing more buttons connect. It's crazy how by pressing less buttons, you're able to make more of them happen. All because Anarchy does not anticipate them. But again, that air dodge, or that aggressive edge guard, excuse me. Queso almost paid the price for it.
And now, once again, Anarchy trying to find a way back down and having to just reset fully. We're not seeing Anarchy come out of disadvantage and find quick reversals like before, but that is the Queso of old, right? Gonna try and swing preemptively, and Anarchy able to use those kunai disjoints to close out the stock and hold on to this lead for the moment, but Queso is trying so hard to force a game 5.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so now able to get that back in, just backing off a little tiny bit too. That spacing is excellent. Anarchy saying, hey, I got a double jump, I can stall with Shoryuken, I am going to make you whip in my face, and I will use my disjoints to take full advantage of you. Good DI in on that up throw that time around. Anarchy's not getting hit by any funny little follow-ups, and that's the tech chasing, that's the uphill, so much damage. Wow.
calling out, though, that now Anarchy, right, got so comfortable on these juggles earlier in the set that Queso now is just coming down with preemptive options, but it's not going to be enough as Anarchy gets up and closes it out. Queso did decrease that APM, Dara, like you were talking about earlier, and was able to find more options, but at the end of the day, when push came to shove, got a little bit antsy in that last stock, and that was the opportunity that Anarchy needed.